Well, February is a little bit busier month for a lot of business leaders, especially because it's a shorter month. But however, last week we had a Valentine's Day, 2 snowstorms, and a family day long weekend. All these events kind of take time away from business focus, but we need to get back to business. As you know, President Trump announced a reciprocal tariff on all countries last week. And I was watching Forbes winner and losers list over the weekend, which country is going to be impact most. In their list, it doesn't have a much impact on Canada, but two countries is going to impact most is going to be South Korea and India. South Korea currently applies about 13.6% on average taxes on US goods and services, and the return US applied about 1.9%. India currently applies on average 9.5%, and the US applies 3%. So these countries, I think China is next in the list. So these countries are going to have a lot more impact than Canada will. However, in Canada, we're still dealing with the March 1st deadline for 25% tariff impact on top of steel and aluminum taxes last week. And I was talking to business leaders over the weekend, and one thing I learned from my discussion was every time there is scrutiny or there's some challenges, what comes out of the challenges as the outcome is sometimes opportunities or new perspective. And one of the example for that is we never had a discussion in Canada around the concept of interprovincial trade barriers. And now everybody's talking about it. It came out because of these tariffs, right? So without these tariffs, without this implication from US, we will never even focus on that. So now we all focus on, how could we remove those interprovincial trade barriers and do business with each other as a province instead of going overseas. That same applied to the business as well. Similar kind of concept. Every time there's economic or financial challenges, what comes out of that is new opportunities. But you got to be ready for a new perspective. And that's the topic of this video. I want to walk you through in this video that gaining new perspective was important before all this happened, but now it's a survival. You need to gain new perspective. You got to look for more opportunities. But let me walk you through 3 points I want to make in this video. Hope those areas will help you and achieve some growth in your business and focus cutting some costs. So let me quickly walk you through. So let me walk you through 3 points I think is very important for my discussion with the business leaders as well. But before I get to those 3 points, one thing I want to mention that is all of these 3 points are going to require a mindset, the mindset to get over these challenges. You need to have a mindset that you want to get over these challenges and you want to excel out of this economic time. So let me start. The first one is simply that focus on a large and long-term items. A lot of business leaders I've been talking to, we want to cut costs. We want to, make sure that we are more lean, more efficient in the market. But focus on a long term. Definitely that if there's an extra, the money you're wasting on a short term, items, you want to do that. Get that quickly done. Get it over with. But you want to focus, I would say 95% of your energy, time and energy on a long term and a big ticket items. So I give you one example. I had a discussion with business leaders. So focused on cutting on a technology, this piece here, we can cut down this software. Yeah, those are very short-term wins. You can do that, but do that quickly and then focus on a bigger ticket items. Every business, the two biggest expense for every business is going to be infrastructure and the payroll. And take a look at that. How could you add some more efficiencies in payroll? Either you can get more work from the same workforce, or you can use a shorter workforce, whatever path you want to take. But introduce as much efficiencies or productivity tools that you can introduce in your workforce, so you can get a better outcome out of that your people. And the second, look for long terms. Don't look for short term productivity. Definitely you can change some process short terms, and it will give you some short term result. But look for the longer term. So every time you're trying to make a change in business, turn that into process. Because if it's process, you can run that process ongoing basis. And not only you will reap the rewards today, but it will give you more rewards over the time. So every changes you're making, turn that into process. Don't just make a one-off changes. Focus on a process and focus on a long-term goals in a business. So that's the number one. The second one is once you end up finish with the cutting all the costs, you got to focus on opportunities. So There's only so much you're gonna be make a business lean operationally or cut costs, but eventually, what's gonna get you out of this economic challenges is opportunities. I've been talking to a lot of business leaders, and some of them are thinking to open an office in the U.S. Some already have a U.S. office. They're trying to scale that up. They're trying to do a back office in Canada to keep the cost lower. So there's many different ways you can look for opportunities. If you're not shipping products to certain industry, maybe you want to tap into that. If you're not servicing some other segment in industry, maybe you want to look into that. Maybe we can provide services in this segment as well. So look for those opportunities. Eventually, you're gonna have to tap into opportunities, and what create opportunities that's where technology or process comes in. So you can create opportunities, but if you already have a challenge in a business, not only are you going to scale your business, you're going to scale the challenges, all the risk, all the issues in a business as well. So make sure that when you are looking for opportunity, you're growing business, but you're not growing all the risk and all the issues with the business as well. So make sure you tackle those issues before you start looking for more new opportunities. I've seen this mistake over and over, that current business is noisy. There's a lot of issues, a lot of challenges, and business leaders go try to scale the business. But what happens is, as you scale, you're also going to scale all those challenges with it. So you want to make sure that you tap into those challenges, deal with those challenges before you take on those opportunities. But yeah, definitely you gotta focus on opportunities so you can scale and you can grow. You can deal with these challenges. And the third one I want to mention that to you is focus on the partnerships. If you are providing quality product and quality services out there, you're gonna need quality vendors around you or quality partners around you, so you can stay on your premise that you going to deliver the services. I give you one example. I was talking to a very prestigious law firm a couple of weeks ago. They provide very high quality services. But when they look for the partner, they're looking for the cheapest solutions, right? So let me play it back. So when you're promising your client that, listen, the reason they need to pick you as a service provider is because you provide premium and top quality service. And then you don't believe in that. When you look for your vendors, you look for the cheapest vendors out there. These stories don't match. So you gotta make sure that you have a right story. This comes down to the mindset. Do you have the right mindset? Whatever you're claiming in a market, are you doing that in your business as well? Or are you claiming something else, but you're doing something else? It does not add up. So you want to focus on, count on those partnership, those quality partnership. Not only they will make you more lean, more efficient, but they definitely introduce opportunities in your business so you can tap on those opportunities. So look for quality partnership. That's the third one I would mention. So if you find a value from this discussion, I'll include a list of these 3 items below the video as well. If you haven't watched my message a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about, how could you get out of this tariff, or how do you offset the tariff in a business, check out the video below. There's a link to channel below as well. So if you miss any previous message, you can check that out as well. And if you find a value in this discussion, these messages, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share with your friends. Until next time, have a great day. Ciao.